Gentlemen, welcome back to the University of Smooth. I am your host, Nixon the Dark, the internet's leading expert on unattractive behavior. Today, a very special short episode in our What Women Value series, Male Physicality. I'm dressed this way for a reason. We're talking men's fashion. I know you've been waiting for it a long time. We don't have a ton to say about men's fashion, but I do have the two most important tips that you will ever need when it comes to men's fashion. Tip number one, every article of clothing that you own or every article of clothing that you will ever buy in the future looks better on you when you are in shape. When you are not overweight, when you shed the weight and either gain muscle or simply maintain a thin frame, all of your clothing will look better. The only exception to this is that if you have clothing from being overweight, it will obviously look baggy on you when you slim down. Then, yes, you will have to upgrade your wardrobe. Second tip. This tip is premised on the fact that you must get in shape. I used to be significantly overweight. I used to be fat. I used to waddle around, and I was able to accomplish what I needed to accomplish to make tip number one work for me. Now, tip number two requires you to be in shape. When you have muscularity, when you have a dose of physicality to your presentation, when you have a muscular body, wear clothing that accentuates your physicality. I feel a little ridiculous wearing a tank top. I started wearing them maybe 5-6 months ago because I felt like I could finally fit into one, and I knew that I would feel ridiculous, and it helps me get over this fear. I'm going to go out in public to a summer festival dressed like this in about an hour, and I'm glad to do it. I'm going to feel a little strange doing it because it's still not quite comfortable for me, but this is part of the process. And also, I want to be attractive. To be attractive means you are doing the things necessary, whether you like it or not, to attract attention, especially from women. Highlighting your muscles in public, if you're going out and having a social life, especially if you're meeting new people, it's important to do things that will attract the kind of attention you want. And what have we said? Women value muscularity. So go out and advertise your muscularity if you have it. Yes, it's difficult. It's going to be hard to get in shape and put on muscle. I shop at the fuckboy section of Target and Amazon. This tank top cost me $8. This is one of the most expensive articles of clothing I own because it cost me months and years at the gym, and it still costs me several hours a week to fit into this damn thing. And yeah, I have quite a few of them, and they're all expensive. They have a huge price tag on it. I pay for it in iron. Sounding a little facetious here, a little ridiculous, a little overblown, but dude, that's a cost that you should be willing to pay. You want to pay if you want to be more attractive. Corollary to the second tip, if you are not in shape, especially if you are overweight, it's fine if you want to invest in some top-notch clothing to mask your weaknesses. It may even be a smart strategy. Overall, though, it's not as good a strategy as doing whatever you can to get in shape. Here's why. To be attractive, you seek to attract attention. To not be unattractive, you seek to avoid negative attention. So if you get articles of clothing that mask your weaknesses, it may be effective. The problem is you may be also masking yourself. You may be rendering yourself invisible by masking your weaknesses. You are no longer the dude who's got the big gut hanging out. You're just another guy in a suit, and there are plenty of them, or another guy wearing a hooded sweatshirt. You won't stand out. And if your goal is to be attractive, then you have to accept, whether you like it or not, whether you're comfortable with it or not, that you might need to peacock a little bit, and you might need to get in shape and show people that you're in shape. Advertise it. Thanks for listening. Like, subscribe, and follow You Smooth for more content.